I'm Cory Breth. Come listen. We'll start from the beginning. So I've always loved music. From a very young age, I really loved music. My kindergarten teacher had an upright piano, and I just remember loving learning the new songs and just thinking about what songs are we going to learn next in class. And then that just really grew my love for music, I think, from the beginning. I just loved learning new songs and singing songs from a young age. And I continued through school. I was in musicals and plays and all those things, and choir. And throughout high school, I sang and performed. And then right there in middle school, I got my first guitar, and I had guitar lessons for about a year, and I did not like it at all. And that really, I quit for a while. I quit playing guitar because it just felt like a job, a chore. And then I picked it back up, and I really started learning myself and learning songs that I really love to play. And then that turned into playing some shows. Like I played a talent show in high school, and then it really took off in college at Bowling Green. I played a lot of shows in the dorms and all over campus, and it was just great. It really ignited a fire in me. It just kind of kept going from there.
I hope you see the light.
I've been writing poems and songs since I was really young, but not really seriously until the last few years. And when I first started writing songs in college, I had to have help to write the lyrics. So I had a lot of friends write poems or write the lyrics for me. And that really helped me kind of get confidence in songwriting, because I didn't have to write the words that I was saying. I didn't have to be vulnerable. So that was really good for me to have friends that were willing to write words for me. And then for, basically my first two albums, those were co-writes with friends, and I was very hands-off in the songwriting process as far as lyrics go. It wasn't until 4 or 5 years ago that I really took songwriting on as a challenge, and I really wanted to write songs that I believed in. And so I started the process of being disciplined and sitting down and songwriting. The last few years I've done a lot of songwriting in my house. And for me, songwriting has been a really fun challenge, something that, I've been chasing songs for a few years now. The songs kind of come out of me, I think, when I'm driving my car and when I'm experiencing something, I'm almost automatically thinking of a melody. And so songs kind of pour out of me at times, and then other times it's like I want to write a song and I have to sit down and really focus on it. For me, recently, the best thing for me has been changing it up. So moving to a different room or writing with a different instrument has really been beneficial to me. When I sit here on this piano bench and I'm plunking around on chords, it's so much better. It keeps it fresh for me to go to the guitar in a different room, and it just kind of helps lift it. So the challenge recently has been this third album that I'm working on. I've really tried to make it all make sense and match and fit together as one puzzle. So all the songs together are pieces of a puzzle. So it's been really difficult for me to write within the theme, kind of once the theme was established after 4 or 5 songs. So that's been a really fun challenge, but it's taken a few months to write even one song. I've recently made the shift. I think there were a few years there where songwriting was really for me to process things, and I almost had to get my emotions out onto the page. But recently, I've been trying to shift more towards what I believe in. So a lot of these songs in the upcoming season are about what I believe in. And so that's really hard to write something that you believe in and something that is good, and like just trying to find the balance of a good song, but also something that just I really truly believe in.
Please forgive me for all my Fridays. frustration. I just want you to know you can't earn your salvation.
Man, I really love playing live shows. I've played over a decade of live shows now, and there's just something about showing up to a venue and setting up and meeting new people and sharing my songs and stories and being able to share my heart. And the last few years have really been an expanding segment of time for me. So one of my goals was to expand and play outside of Ohio, so I started booking coffee shop tours, and then that kind of grew into multi-state tours. And then I ended up touring with a band called Edward and Jane, who are my dear friends out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I just love playing and singing and sharing my songs with people.
In fire, as long as you're around. Smoke and fire, we could burn to the ground. We could burn to the ground.
It's been important to me to play my own songs because I was a cover guy for so long, and to be able to share my own songs with people, there's just something a lot more fulfilling about that. So with my songs and music and in life, I want to cause people to reflect, to inspire my listeners, challenge them. And it's really been important to me to point people to the Lord, point people to being okay with being weak and sharing their hearts. And so in doing that, I've shared my own, I've shared a lot of my pain and a lot of my suffering, so that, to cause people to be okay with that. So that's kind of what this next album is about, is really being okay with sharing pain and being okay with not being okay, and just kind of bearing in pain together. So the album is about that, but it's essentially like, where do you go? Where do you cling? Who do you cling to? Is it your friends? Is it your significant other? Is it the Lord? Is it a counselor? I think this album is really going to point people to reflect and look at themselves, and I'm just really excited about this upcoming record.
I hope you see the light.
So my day job is teaching Spanish at a high school, and I love my job. And I get asked a lot about what I'm going to do with my life, and what I'm doing with my life is teaching and leading worship at a little church, and writing songs and playing them for people. So that's what I'm doing, and I love it. And really, in college, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and so I wanted to do music, and I loved Spanish, so I kind of did them at the same time, and until one of them reveals themselves to be what I should be doing only, I'm just going to keep doing both of them. So I love my students and my job and my colleagues. Yeah, I love teaching Spanish. I think a lot of people measure success by radio play or Spotify streams or being on American Idol. I've chased that before. I've definitely chased, I've auditioned for those shows, and I've chased it. And I don't want to say that having dreams is a bad thing, but recently I was hit with this revelation that I'm not really chasing a dream, I'm living in one. So I'm getting to write these songs and play them for people in any capacity, and for me that is it. A lot of people say you're gonna make it, and I feel like I have made it in some sense, and not with a great success, but just I'm content with sharing my songs with people in any capacity. So and that is very true, and I don't want people to think that I'm just settling for what I'm doing now, but it's just being content. And I've just learned, I'm almost 30, I'll be 30 when this video is out, and I've just learned to be content with what I've been given, and I don't know many things, but I do know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I just love sharing my life through song and sharing my heart through song, and that's what I think I should be doing. Yeah, so I wouldn't be able to do music without my friends and without my wife and without my family. Everyone's support has been amazing over the years, and I've had so many people that have supported what I do, whether it's traveling to shows or whether it's giving money to a crowdfunding campaign or helping me co-write songs. You know, it's like, it just, you know, I've had people wrap t-shirts for shows, and it's insane how much support I've gotten over the years. So I'm very grateful for everyone who has been a part of this. So art takes money to create, and so we had to ask for money in order to make this record happen, and I was blown away by the support, and I've been overwhelmed by the response of the crowdfunding, and I never thought that we would raise as much money as we did. And so I just want to say thank you for donating and being a part of this upcoming record.